Sink.
Yeah.
We needed that.
So we're going bi today.
That's right.
Bi-directional, Sam.
I knew that.
Yeah, so you probably noticed that the quality of this podcast, hopefully, assuming everything goes correctly, is better than the last two horrible ones I uploaded. I did not expect the win to be that much, and I did not expect, I mean, you've had this Blue Yeti in your car for weeks now.
Yeah.
You just haven't done
It's been, since, episode 6 or 7.
See, I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, I didn't know that it had the ability to go by.
Yeah.
You know, because I wouldn't have known.
I wouldn't have either.
It's something that happens naturally as time goes on. But no, apparently there's just a switch you can flip on there. It makes it go bi-directional.
That's right.
So I was thinking cardioid microphone. I was like, it's only going to be a certain area. It's not going to...
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I was going to do a radius. But no, we got
Yeah, this is...
amateur YouTube microphone.
Yeah, this is it. This is peak podcast. It's two guys, one Yeti.
That's right. I'm gonna deep throat the Yeti, dude.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
yeah.
We can turn this into one of those hands-free orgasm podcasts.
We did it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready.
Listen to the sound of my voice as I get closer to you. I'm under your desk. Everybody is looking, but they don't know. Fall into my trance. Feel my breath on the bottom of your genitals, whatever genitals you have. I want to touch your genitals. Yeah, you can feel the backup track. I'm slowly licking whatever is down there. Do you feel it? Do you feel it clench? Keep moving. Faster. You're on a beach now. You're not here. You're not at work. You're not working your 9 to 5.
Vacation.
It's just you and me.
You want a pina colada, sir? Anyway.
Yeah.
That was
I was looking into that because I was like, it was for research, right? And
yeah.
I'm like, dude, what are things that I can do to channel libidinal energy into libidinal energy, right?
Yeah.
I have a lot, and there's got to be something. And in the past, Jade was like, yeah, why don't you just do erotic talking? And I'm sitting there thinking man, I have kind of a nasally voice, but I think I could do it. I think the audio editing would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, writing the script would be hilarious.
You think you write a script? You think people write a script for that?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I don't think so.
Dude, the stuff that I've seen, they write scripts, bro.
Damn.
They have a script.
Dude, so back a long time ago, I did the ones, because my cousin introduced me. He's like, hey, look at these ones. Hand-free orgasm in 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, wow. I'll have to try that at some point in my life. Never achieved anything, but there were other ones that was like, feel like a girl. There's ones where it's like...
There is a lot of that, hypnosis into... And I wonder if that's the pipeline, right? For that sort of thing. Is it just, hypnosis, audio porn? Is that, how people are like, yeah, you know what? I want to train myself into being not who I really am.
Yeah.
For the next 50 minutes, everything's going to be okay. And... you are going to be my slave. Is that
yeah, and it's
all
not...
it takes? You don't want control of yourself. You want me to be in control.
I want you to close your eyes. Now open your eyes. Go to paypal.com. Hit the send button.
Type in my email.
Cloverleaf69 at gmail.com.
Whispering into your ears. Today I'm just going to lick your brain.
I think today we had another 0. That's right. Instead of $50, it's $500.
It's okay. You're mine for today. You're such a good working boy.
I bet that works too.
It has to, dude.
If you got a sexy enough voice and you get 40 viewers, there's got to be one guy that's like, yes, mistress.
Yeah.
$500.
Wow, your voice sounds like velvet. And I love the way you talk about my penis in vague and unnerving ways that vaguely sound ambiguously like my penis. It really feels like you're here with me in this room because of how close you are to the mic, breathing into it as you layer all the different dulcet tones of the audio on top of each other.
It's like she's like, I'm going to jiggle your penis around now.
Yeah, just
jiggle some keys.
Keys. Wow, my rod is like a metal rod. It sounds exactly like that. In the trance, everything she says is perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would like to sit down and see if that sort of thing is possible, but I wouldn't want to get a weird one. And I feel like that's one of those things where you carve out an hour of your time, you lay down, you got no plans, right?
Yeah.
And then you get halfway through and there's some like weird shit happens and they're like, you're gonna be the mud. You're gonna be the mud that's on my pussy. Like, I'm gonna jerk off with you. You're melting into me. Like, you're gonna start I'm in the spa, I'm in the hot springs, and you're the mud. Do you feel you really want to be penetrated right now? You want to be filled, and because you're a pussy, and you're just like, bro, what the fuck?
Okay, now you're a kangaroo. We're bouncing.
You're in my pouch. You love it. You feel my warmth of my breast and my really big biceps because I think the males have the pouches for that. No, I don't think they're like seahorses.
But yeah, just it feels like an Austin Powers. Like, you ever watch? I think it's in the third one where he does the photo shoot part.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he's like, "You're a tiger," like that part where he just starts like prowling through the jungle.
Yeah, honestly, man, there's money in that for sure.
Yeah, I look down at like the audio levels, and I'm just curious if I go like, "You're a tiger," like it picks up a little bit on there, just a little bit, and I wonder what that's gonna sound like later.
Honestly, it's probably gonna sound like some very crisp, clean audio.
Yeah, crisp.
Yeah, crisp.
So like
every time I snap, clench.
Why
Clench. When I was listening to them, that's what they do.
Clench?
I think that's how you like achieve the hands-free orgasm is like by clenching.
Just clench.
Over and over
you
again.
just get a prostate orgasm from your clenching.
Yeah.
You're like, finally.
You're the mud on my breasticles. They're prehensile tits. I'm jerking you off. I'm gonna write the best.
I'm jerking off the mud.
It's like, don't touch yourself because I'm touching you right now.
I am the stick in the mud.
I'm such a stick in the mud.
Maybe that'll be like a special podcast episode. Okay? If you write out a script and you need me to do like sound effects.
Yeah, the background effects.
And like, you're reading it out and be like.
Yeah, I'll have little cues on the script for what you do. And I'll just vaguely, oh my god.
In the background, right? Just.
You have to do that. Just because I'm sure the microphone sounds better and it would be hilarious.
God. So anyway.
Yeah, anyways, dude, we just went to the gym. We had breakfast.
That's right.
Honestly, it's been a full ass day.
It has, and it's only like noon.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm on vacation.
True. 3 days off.
That's right. Well, really, it's the weekend too. So 5 days.
Mm.
I'm feeling pretty good.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to treat yourself special?
I'm just
Hands-free orgasm? Or?
That's right. I'm gonna lay down for 4 hours.
Just back to back. Make a Pornhub playlist. Be like, dude, I'm gonna be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Cause I'm just mud, bro.
I come in and I'm like, I realized I am mud.
Yeah. Girlfriend, or your
my wife.
Yeah, wife comes home. It's like, what are you doing? You're like naked in bed,
just like
sweating.
There's just
yes.
There's like a bunch of cum on my face. I'm like, yeah, I am mud.
Yeah, it's like on the ceiling too, because you just had the most prolific back arching orgasm you've ever had in your life. Because you're like, wow, this really felt like a moment with this person that I've never met.
Come to the mud.
Yeah, come to the mud.
Wife. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been working at a place. Okay?
Yeah.
And I've been, talking to the people there. I already told you about my experience with pocket tanks.
Yes. Yeah. You said you're starting a clan.
That's right.
At the place.
Yeah. So, we got 4 people playing pocket tanks. Just in between, because my job is a lot of sitting around. Same with a few other people. So we're just sitting there playing pocket tanks. We're getting our sniper shots in.
Yeah, give me the play-by-play for what people who don't know what pocket tanks actually is.
So I can do it through video game speak first, and then without video game.
Yeah,
speak.
can we do both?
Video game speak, we have Worms as the greatest example. A lot of people know what Worms is. You just, like, pick your weapon, shoot it, and you're trying to kill the other people, right? Yeah. The other way to do it is, like, you're just predicting angles to shoot at someone over a hill with different kinds of weapons.
Yeah. So basically, it's just a hill with 2 tanks on either side, 2-dimensional game, and you choose the elevation of your shot and how much power you want for it.
That's right.
Every other generic, like, golf game that you played through the last 30, 40 years, basically.
Yeah.
And then you shoot each other.
That's right.
And then usually the terrain is destructible or changeable.
It is.
And you can move left or right, but you have gas usually, or some sort of limitation on how far you can move in a turn.
Yeah, standard. The standard is 4 moves, and it's just a set distance with the tanks.
And it is turn-based, so it's not action-packed.
Yeah, like, the cool part about this game is that, like, okay, I can not have anything going on, do, like, a few rounds of pocket tanks, go do something. Those people will play their turns and pass back to me. I get to see what they did, and then I go, like, okay, I'll do my shot now.
It's kind of like a strategic... It's like chess, but with tanks.
Yeah.
It's limited...
The only thing, though, that's controversial right now is that there is a deluxe pack, okay, which gives you more weapons. They're not... Some of them are a little bit pay to win, but whenever you choose weapons, it's a random selection. They just add in the extra ones, so you still get the old ones, but there's only one weapon that we've deemed, like, that's way too good. It's called Chaos Grenade, okay?
I can already imagine, yeah.
Yeah, and it's in the deluxe pack, which I bought thinking that other people would be able to use the deluxe pack weapons. If they're playing against me, they can't. So.
Oh, interesting. So it is like asymmetrical pay to win. Like, you could have the pack, but you could still play with people that don't?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so, like, right now, some people are like, dude, you have all the broken weapons. And it's like... Some are pretty good, but, like, at the same time, I'm still losing to people who get just better. Like,
how much is the deluxe pack? Like a couple bucks? Or?
$5, but it's like 100 extra weapons.
Wow, that's quite a bit.
There's also a bunch of extra packs that you can get on the side that are like $1 each or so. But I'm not going to buy any of those because I'm already getting yelled at for being the pay to win.
Can you turn them off when you go into a match?
But I'm not going to do that. I spent my $5.
You're like, I'm going to wreck these kids.
That's right.
It's either pay $5 or die.
I even put like a $5 bill on the table. Like, here, come on, get the deluxe pack. Catch up.
You're like, what are the other packs, actually, out of curiosity?
They're like kind of themed. So like there's a science pack where like you can get
Yeah, you got to do math to do your shot.
No. You already are.
Power lines. Yeah, that's true. You're already using trigonometry to destroy your opponent.
That's right. We break out the protractors.
Yeah. Somebody's like, hold on, I'm going to take a moment for my turn. He just rolls out the whiteboard. Guys are like, what's Jerry doing over here? He's like, this is the hill, the elevation. If I'm on this shot, I can... It's like, all right, bro. And then you get destroyed every time. It's just a one-turn, one-round game.
Well, there's strategies, right? So, since there's terrain and stuff, there's certain attacks that don't do damage, but instead either bury you in dirt. Mm-hmm. So there's like Dirt Ball.
Yeah.
And then there's Magic Wall. Both of those, just Magic Wall puts up a pillar right in front of you. Mm-hmm. So you aim it right in front of the person. Now they can't shoot.
That's pretty funny.
Or you can Dirt Ball them, which is just cover them in dirt. And so Dirt Ball strategy is like, you get like one shot in and hopefully the other person misses. So that way you have points on the board and then you dirt ball them, right? And if they hit themselves, they subtract points.
Dude, this is like a meta.
Oh, it's forming.
Tanks, yeah.
Dude,
between you and 4 guys.
Oh, yeah. Dude, one of the guys I play against, I swear to God, if he sees dirt ball, he picks like 3 of them. And so I've just been used to, even against normal people, taking the attacks that don't deal damage but remove
dirt.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm training for it.
You're just going to have to buy, like, the Tunnel Digger pack.
Oh, yeah.
All it does is just teleport you at the outside of a dirt. Like,
dude, there's one of those in the bonus pack, or in the, whatever, the $5 pack.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm already there, but, you know.
I love the idea of this. It's hilarious.
It's meta.
It's such a simple game, but the fact that you can monetize additional weapons and stuff like that is pretty entertaining.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like predatory or anything, because... They're just up in the corner, and it's like, do you want those? Go buy them, you know? If not, you have, like, by default, there's, like, 100 weapons or something like that, so it's like...
Yeah, I suppose I don't really mind that sort of monetization. The stuff that kills me is like Diablo Immortal came out recently,
Yeah.
and you look at the monetization on that, and it is the most psychologically manipulative thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, on top of just having, I think it's something like over, I don't remember how many, but it was like over 20 different types of currencies. Or something. It was a really absurd amount of currencies, and then each of those currencies, when you buy them, you only get enough to incentivize you to buy more.
Yeah.
So then you're in this like conundrum of, okay, well, I need X amount, but this only gives me this amount. So I basically have to, if I want the most value, buy the thing that costs more. But yeah, it's honestly just incredibly predatory.
Well, Apex does a similar thing too, right? Where they go like, you can buy so if you want to get your premium currency, you can buy the $20 pack, or let's just say you just want a skin.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say you're just, I really like that skin. So you go to buy it, and $5 to get you 500 tokens. Okay. But the skin cost $5.50. It's like, okay, so the next tier up is $10. There's no tier below 5, so I have to put in 10 no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
it's...
Well, okay. If I'm going to put in 10, I might as well put in 20. Like,
yeah, I would much prefer just like, okay, each pack has these things. All right, if I want the pack, then I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, I even hate like certain cosmetic stuff too. It can get pretty
annoying.
Yeah, just you have cosmetics, but these sometimes they have advantages, sometimes they don't. But
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, there was one in CS:GO actually.
Mm.
They released like you can get like special operators.
Mm-hmm.
For like, different missions and junk. So if you have an FBI guy, you can have a specific FBI guy that has like a cool voice and he looks different.
Interesting.
There was one that they released that he had camo on, and if you had the camo on as well as a camo gun, you could stand up against this one wall and like pretty much invisible.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because you're so used to seeing like a black gun or like some fancy colored gun and like a normal looking guy, but whenever you see the camo, you're like, didn't even see him.
Yeah, that sort of stuff changes the meta completely, right? Basically, everybody at that point has to buy the advantage.
Yeah, well, so they disabled that skin for that map. So, like, only on, like, different maps where he wouldn't blend in, he's so...
Then it's just, like, arbitrary backpedaling, right? Like, this champion can't do this on this specific map with this specific ability. It's just weird.
But they want people to be able to play the game for free and not have to worry about an advantage, so. But yeah, skins equals wins.
Skins is wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You pay, and the MMR rating of your game, they always put you with the weaker people.
Yeah.
But if you don't pay, then you always fight people that are better than you.
That's right.
And then they always win because they have skins.
Yeah. So. Also, if you're a whale, they'll put you against people that are
easy.
Hard. Make you rage and be like, I gotta buy this skin. That'll make me better.
That's all I need. I just need to look at something different. It's an aesthetics problem. That's what it is. It's not the thousands of hours I put into this insufferable game.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, bro. You dying?
No.
This is another episode where you cough? No. That forest episode was so funny. Oh my god.
Dying.
Not only do we have the wind, but you were just hacking up along with every joke. Oh my god.
Oh god. But yeah, so anyways, what you been up to?
Man, I've been programming. I don't know if it's the real salt or something getting to me, dude. It might be the fish oil, might be the iodine, might be the multivitamin, might be the vitamin D, might be the copious amounts of ginger I'm eating. It might be the real salt. It might be the sleep. It might be the parasite cleanse. I don't know. All of it combined. I feel great.
You've made it.
Yeah, I'm feeling super.
That's good.
I'd say I have a lot of creative energy that I'm pouring into interesting things. So hopefully we'll see that moving faster and faster as time goes on.
That's good, dude.
Even with the typewriter, it's been helping a lot too. Like, I talked about this a little bit last time, the idea of everything kind of being hostile to patience.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting with the typewriter and you're completely focused on it and you're focused on what you're writing and you know that you can't delete what you write, then it becomes a matter of, okay, I need to think about what I'm going to write before I write it, or you like pause sometimes and then continue to write. It's a different experience.
Yeah, because I think I see that immediately, because like whenever I'm typing something out, I'll type like 3 extra sentences and just delete them.
Yeah.
And fit the best one, you know?
And I think in a way the inner voice of creativity is getting like louder. Because when I'm writing, I'll write something out, and sometimes I feel I get into a flow, and then the speed of typing is like very quick.
Yeah.
And then when I go back and read it afterwards, my brain is immediately telling me, okay, this is where I would revise this. This line needs to be changed. This sentence should be something different. This needs to be removed because it's too redundant, that sort of thing. So I don't know. I think I'm just listening to the inner voice more for whatever reason. And not the like animalistic, annoying voice of you need food, you need sex, you need water. Yeah. That sort of, I mean, we make the sex jokes all the time, but
it's necessary.
Yeah, it's necessary. Yeah. You have to channel your libidinal energy somewhere. Yeah. And it's into these jokes.
I will tell you. I'll tell you where my... No. So working out. This is just complete... jump off of...
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's what this is about, just chatting.
Libido. Yeah. All-time high. After gym, I'm like,
You're like, babies need to happen.
Yeah, my body's like, oh, you've been working too hard? Yeah. Time to play.
It's like, it is really, it feels kind of like a scale. It's like, okay, the more time you work out, actually, the more energy you have. You think it would be less, but no, it's...
You wake up, and you're like, I'm ready to do stuff.
Yeah, and I do feel that more and more every single morning.
Yeah.
And doing the gym once a week with you is a blast. I still do the calisthenics every day, so I feel I get quite a bit of a workout in, but man.
Yeah. You got to get on the protein powder.
Honestly, I have protein powder in my house. I just need to grab it. I have protein powder here. Hell, I got vanilla. I just need to start chugging, bro.
Throw it in there. If you want to make it taste better, though, put a little bit of, like... I do oat milk in mine because I don't know, regular milk sometimes isn't good.
It kind of messes with your stomach depending on
it does.
Your evolution and genetics.
Yeah, I think I'm at the point where I'm starting to get lactose intolerant just because I stopped drinking milk for the most part, and then...
I know specifically people that can digest lactose exist because it was one of the primary food sources in the mountains, and everybody that couldn't digest those enzymes just died. So that's why genetically certain people can handle the lactose enzymes better than others.
Gotcha.
So if you're like a Chad mountain man, then you can digest your milk.
You just squirt the goat's teat right in your mouth.
Clench.
You just whisper that in the goat's ear. Clench.
You're a goat. You're in the mountains. Me, I'm a crawling, extreme, sweaty alpha male with just a leather strap on. Unsuspectingly, you're... God, I can't even do it. You're grazing away at your 90-degree angle on the cliffside. Me, I'm climbing, but I'm not breaking a sweat.
I grapple you to the ground, and I whisper in your ear, clench.
Clench.
I'm sucking on your teat.
You feel drained, but you feel this is your life's purpose.
I'm gargling your milk.
My body was made to process this.
You know this from the way I suckled on the teat.
Both a mix of desperate and engaged. With the ferocity of sating my hunger and thirst. Clench.
Clench, damn you.
It's coming faster now.
I can feel the mountain of milk about to hit me.
You feel like you're ready to burst. And I'm ready to receive. Honestly, they have to have scripts for this. There is no way. There has to be scripts.
He goes like, I've been expanding my throat for this moment.
Yeah.
Training.
I've been doing nothing but mewing in jazzercises. Dude, yeah, I just gotta upload a video of that. We'll do the whole thing. It'll be 30 to 50 minutes long, and it's like, the title will just be like, "You're a mountain goat."
I think that's the theme.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect... I think that would be a good meme, honestly.
Honestly, I'm sure it would get plenty of views.
You are a mountain goat.
Yeah.
I am a Sigma male. ASMR.
Oh my god.
The only thing is, could we do it in one take without...
That I doubt.
Yeah.
I would need to cut a lot. Not only just the straight face, but even the backup track and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, you could do like a little instrumental where you'd have like, I'm sneaking up on you.
Yeah.
Like a little like piano sneaky thing. I see you and your white fur. Oh. But anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, so
Hey,
your libido's very strong right now. How are you managing, dude?
My wife. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a good time.
At least she's helping you. Yeah, that's good.
At work as well, one of the guys is like, he's in with the pop culture.
God, that could have went so many different ways. I was like, how are you managing? You're like, my wife. And then there's this guy at work.
Yeah, we go to the basement.
Yeah, he's like, dude, handy for handy, bro.
Bro job?
Yeah.
Get some protein in you?
Yeah, we can watch whatever you want. We don't have to look at each other.
Yeah. You want to watch some YouTube videos?
Yeah.
I love watching PewDiePie.
Yeah. PewDiePie? Great. Dude, it's so funny. He just recently bought like 2 cars in Japan on accident? Wow.
Yeah. Did you get those recommendations as well?
Yeah,
and then watch those?
I haven't watched it, but...
This is making me want the Japan pill.
You're like, I just want to go to Japan. I want to be a foreigner. Gaijin in Japan.
No, see, honestly, that's the thing that scares me the most about going to a different country is like screwing up somebody's customs. And I think I need to just get over it.
Yeah, I don't think that really... I mean...
They understand that you don't get it, but I want to.
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes me like...
You just want to go there, you want to show up, you want to be a full Japanese person.
Kind of.
You're like, watashi wa Sam desu gozaimasu. They're like, God, this guy is so fucking weird. Gaijin weirdo. White American pigger, strange.
Yo soy cojones es pequeño.
Yeah. Yeah, they speak Spanish fluently.
I think I just said, I am small balls.
Pequeño. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Small.
I wouldn't worry about things like that, because they need tourism for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of tourism, though, I'm going to Iceland.
You are, yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, strangely enough, I'm not worried about that ruining their culture, just because, from what I hear, it is just a lot of tourism.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going on a tour that's like set up, you know what I mean? So it's like, you go there.
It's like guided. You got your hands held.
Well, it's guided by a piece of paper.
Yeah.
You know, like we're driving ourselves around the island, you go to these hotels, go to this, whatever. So it's just like, I think the thing is that we'll have a strict schedule, whereas if I went to Japan, I would just freeball it. I would just be like, we're going to stay at this hotel, and I don't know.
You're like, I know for sure there's like this forest where these people kill themselves. I totally want to see dead people. I've been watching Watch People Die on Reddit before it was banned, and looking into the archives of
Back
it.
before it was banned?
Yeah, dude, Live Leak, back when it was in its heyday, man, I need to see the forest, babe. Wife's like, what the fuck is wrong?
What's happening?
You're like, dude, you don't understand. I need to get famous. And Jake Paul, he did it this way. I don't remember which one it was. It was Jake or
one
Logan.
of them.
Yeah, he's like one of the Paul brothers.
I just like the fact that he's wearing an alien hat.
Dude! Soy Jack face. Dude! Look at Look at this guy. Under the weight of the world in this industrial society, this dude found a way out. Me, I just make videos. This guy, 9 to 5, overworked, Karoshi death. This is what it was. He just took the rope. He just went to the woods, taking his life into his own hands like a real fucking Chad, bro. YouTube's like, this is content we need on our platform.
We do need this, yeah.
This doesn't break any guidelines.
Nothing.
How much money are we making off of this? Don't take it down.
Did you ever watch the whole video of that?
No, I don't think I have.
Whenever it came out, I watched someone, because he deleted it right away, and then put it back up without that in it. So I watched the original one, and like, dude, he's just a douchebag. He's like, hey, you know what Pokemon are? He's like holding like a giant Pikachu. In Japan, it's like, of course.
He's like, I'm just going to stereotype every Japanese person into this very small niche. You're going to love this. That's really funny.
Yeah. What were we doing? We were doing Duke Nukem earlier.
Yeah, we were, for some reason.
Yeah, what was the reason?
I just was thinking of like Sigma male Chad quotes.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
Duke Nukem is...
He is.
Yeah.
That's who I want to be.
I want to aspire to look in the mirror and be, damn, I'm looking good.
I've got balls of steel.
You're an excuse for birth control. Wait,
example, I think is the right word.
Yeah.
Example.
Maybe you're an inspiration for birth control.
There we go, yeah.
You're an inspiration for birth control.
Those games are kind of fun.
Honestly, they have an energy.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about them.
I like, I actually played like, so the new Dooms came out recently, right? And I remember when the first Doom 2016 came out.
Yeah.
I played the original versions through that. I think it had like an Easter egg in it or whatever. Maybe that was the second one. But I played original Doom in Doom 2016 or whatever. And yeah, it was a good time,
Yeah, how did you feel about it? How did it make you feel?
Made me feel like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It just feels like an old video game, you know what I mean?
I love that a lot of the modern like indie games are taking some of the style and movement of Doom.
Yeah.
And just like recreating it in a slightly more 3D setting.
I think that's what a lot of stuff has been missing. And I think that's why I like Apex is because it's you move nicely in that game. Whereas like you play Overwatch and it feels slow and you're like a chunky whatever and you just like your abilities on cooldown, you're like, if only I had a gun that I could switch to or something.
Yeah, it's interesting. I played a little bit of Apex, but I liked the movement a lot, but there was something about the pacing that was like off to me. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah,
maybe it's like the guns there, the way the weapons worked. I'm not sure. The shields.
Yeah, all the bullets are like really heavy. Like, so it's like
you're like catapulting. You gotta aim high.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, and it depends on what gun you have. So you have to like figure out the aim pattern on like every gun, and then go like, okay, I gotta like aim a little bit up here, whatever. It's fun once you like really get the hang of it, and that's why I think a lot of people are like, high leveled in that because you get sucked in. But that's besides the point. What are we talking about video games for?
Yeah, dude, there's nothing I love more than subverting my natural competitive drive and channeling it into something that never makes me feel better about myself.
Yes.
Because when I turn off that computer, I stare at my mangy mug in the black reflection. And I realized, dude, I could have just did 20 push-ups and my life would have been better than it was than playing an hour of that video game.
I mean, yeah.
What the fuck?
Do you know what isn't around that I wanted? Would you ever do like a baseball league or like a badminton league? I feel like badminton would be
I don't, I really like badminton a lot because you move around quite a bit, at least when I remember playing in childhood. I think I would do something with a little bit more movement, though, for sure. Like a 1v1 tennis thing would be fun.
I never liked tennis. It always like hurt a little bit, and I always felt like I was going to trip over myself. Maybe I didn't have the right shoes or something.
Yeah, well now, we're getting in shape, so maybe we'll give it a try.
That's true. I think I just like badminton because I like spiking the ball, whereas like tennis, you always have to hit it low and up.
Well, if you think about it, the ball in tennis is heavier, and the arcs in badminton are closer to pocket tanks. So
that's true. I'm just like
47%.
47%
power at this right angle. Here, give me a 45.
Tink.
Yeah.
Direct hit into their racket.
You're like, hold on, buffering weapon. Oh, chaos grenade. You're gonna love this. You just jump up. What is he doing? Where did he get all these birdies? Oh my god!
I move so fast that I bounce the shuttlecock
Yeah.
from one side to the other, and I'm just like hitting it on both sides, and I'm like charging up, going faster and faster, and like, oh no!
The guy just losing in anticipation. What's gonna happen? He's like, wait, I have a response. It's coming. He just picks up a piece of dirt and throws it at you. You're like, shit, I'm buried. My feet are stuck. Where did this mound come from? Like the ability's loading. Dink. Oh, finally. I'm getting out.
Sniper shot. I just pull out a gun.
Shoot his shin.
Yeah.
We're like deforming the complete playfield of badminton. It just looks like a
war zone.
Yeah, war zone.
Just toss a grenade over like
holes everywhere.
The shuttlecock is coming, right? And I pull the pin out of the grenade and toss it in the air, so I hit the shuttlecock and the grenade at the same time.
You explode it back to them. Oh my god! What are these guys doing?
Nothing in the rules against this.
Yeah. Somebody's like flipping through the rules. They're like, oh my god, they're playing the game right.
We just read the rules. Like, they didn't say anything about hand grenades, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we just like, there's this thing called like the dark web, and if you use Bitcoin, you can get a bunch of like ordnance that they would have sent to like another country to do like one of those puppet wars where they try to incentivize everybody to like get a bunch of money, you know, but it ends up just being funneled into like the highest upper echelons of power. Yeah, so we just get the ordnance, from the CIA that they ported over to these countries, that they're using as an excuse to raise our oil prices to get back the stimulus money that they gave us in the first place. Yeah. But we got all this. And it was like really cheap, you know.
Easy.
Dude, I was speaking of grenades, speaking of libido exploding, I was looking at I was like, okay, I have talked about it for a while. I've read a little bit of the book of The Secrets to Magic Craftsmanship from Salvador Dali. And I was like, I might as well just get the physical book because it's something I want, and it'd be easier to flip through to certain sections and stuff. And I was reading the index, and it had, or the table of contents, and it had a bunch of all the chapter headings and what you learn from each chapter. And one of them was like how to manage libido when you're like painting. And I was like, okay, let's see what information he has to offer for that.
For painting.
And he was like, okay, so what you got to do is it's going to take you 6 days to paint, to render your piece, basically. It might take years to finish it, but it'll take 6 days to get a majority of it out. So what you got to do is when you're thinking of ideas, that's when you got to do nofap, is basically what he's saying. He's like, don't have sex, use your libidinal energy and charge it into the creative process, because that's where creativity comes from. And then he's like, then when you're ready to paint and you got everything done, love make right before you paint. He's like, have sex, because then
get laid.
What you need is you don't need any of that libidinal energy drawing you in any direction. You don't need to constantly be horny. He's like, you just gotta sit down, you gotta work. So he's like, every day for 6 days, wake up. He has this whole routine. I don't remember it all, but it's like wake up, like you gotta go. It's a bunch of stuff. Like go outside, set up, sit there, whatever, eat, do all this stuff. Then he's like, have sex, paint for X amount of hours, do this, blah blah blah, and then just that repeat every day for 6 days.
Damn.
And I was like, you know what? Maybe this guy knows what he's talking about. So I gotta sit down, use libidinal energy, and then right before I'm about to work, jack off.
There you go. Problem solved.
Done.
You're like, yeah, I just thought of a pretty good idea. I'm going to start coding now.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Give me the chemicals.
Dopamine, please.
Man, there's some other weird stuff in that book too. I was like, he had this whole section on like an araneum, and I was like, I've never heard of that. What is that? He's like, you're gonna take an olive branch, okay? You're gonna fold it in a circle. You're gonna put that on a pole. You're gonna put a box with a hole inside of it, and then that's gonna be like a 4-foot pole, and the spider needs to move in, okay? And it'll take some time, but the spider has to build its web on the olive circle. It has to be a perfect web. Then you have the little box with a hole in it, so you can go in there and hide whenever you need to. Make sure you keep some dead flies on the side, okay? And he's like, eventually you're gonna have 5 of these, okay? You're gonna need to build 5 of them. One, because spiders are the masters of geometry, okay? So once you have 5 of them, after courting all these spiders and attracting them to this olive branch, he's like, you're gonna set them up in a line, and then you're gonna look down it, and you're gonna see this rainbow masterpiece of geometry, because spiders are masters of geometry. I'm like, dude, you know what? You're crazy enough to where I think that might just work. I don't know for sure, but I feel like he's on to something.
I'm going to come here like next time and you're going to be like, yeah, so watch out, there's spiders in the office.
Yeah, so I got a few of them. We got 3 of the araneums occupied.
You don't know where the other spiders are.
Yeah. God, and then my cousin was talking to me about, man, I just don't know what to draw. Like, I can't come up, or, his question was, how do I know when to stop drawing? Because in, like, a digital space, and even painting, it's difficult to know when you're done with a certain piece, because you can just keep washing more paint on it. You can keep amending it, changing it, whatever. And, he has a whole section in his book about that. So I was, like, reading it. I'm like, oh, maybe I can help my cousin out. I'll read this section and, like, relay it back to him. And so Dali's like, all right, so you're going to take a dead sea urchin. You're going to drill a hole in it. And then he's like, you're going to take a little tiny telescopic thing, like a magnifying glass, whatever. And you're going to put it into one side. And he's like, you're going to look at your piece through the dead sea urchin. And he's like, if you see, like, your piece compared against nature, right? Like, nature's perfect design, it looks like you're looking up at, like, the Sistine Chapel inside of this sea urchin, right? Because it's perfect. All the colors, everything. He's like, just through seeing your piece through this divine aspect of nature, you'll know whether your piece is done or not. Like, if it doesn't compare to that and it looks terrible when this is bordering and around your whole piece, then you know. You gotta keep going, brother. So I told him that, and he's like, I guess I gotta get some sea urchins.
Yeah, Jesus.
Dead sea urchins.
Dude, I'll bring one back from Iceland for you.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, one that, so, okay. Sushi boat. Okay. No, see, we were just on this, and now I'm like, oh wait a minute, I gotta go like 3 stages down.
Dude, go down, head down. You're going to Iceland. What are you excited about?
Okay, so anyways, there's a thing that we signed up for that was like an Iceland sushi boat Viking tour thing, right? Where they take a Viking boat out and just like spear some fish.
Was it like sails or is it modern?
I think it's
power?
sails.
Oh, okay.
I would assume so. It said Viking ship, so I don't really know. But
they got the airbenders pushing the air for it.
That's right, yeah. Or
squallers.
Maybe it's just me and my fiance on the boat, and then like a bunch of people just going, row!
Yeah.
Row!
Yeah, sorry, the spear!
Yeah.
We got a whale today, boys!
We're eating blubber tonight!
Yeah.
But yeah, so on that, they're gonna just scoop some stuff off the seafloor and we're gonna eat it. Wow. Sushi style, delicious, right? So sea urchin is one of the things that they listed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, crab, sea urchin, scallops.
Dude.
Yeah.
You're going to get some interesting stuff, dude. You think somebody goes out in the morning and, like, plants all the stuff since, like, there's so much trash in the ocean, everything's pretty much dead in it at this point?
I think on that side of the ocean, I think the bad side is the side that California's on.
Yeah.
Where, like, China is.
For sure. Yeah, the Atlantic garbage patch or whatever it is.
Whereas on the Pacific side, I think it's like moderately clean. Maybe there's a Pacific garbage
Honestly,
patch.
maybe we gotta sail out there and find out for ourselves.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get a sailboat.
Yeah, I've seen a Frenchman on YouTube. It's like a 20-foot sailboat and just sailed that whole way.
All by himself.
Yeah, I don't think I have the skills necessary to do it, but I have the courage.
Yeah, I've never sailed.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah. My dad was a sailor when he was younger.
Oh, yeah?
Like, he bought one of those, he used to do a lot of boat sailing. I think it was through Boy Scouts and stuff like that. But I remember when I was younger, he had one of these It kind of just looked... I don't even know how to describe it, actually.
Is it one of those, like, two...
Yeah, it was like
tubes?
2 post things, and then he had a sail on it.
I forget what those are called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. There's a lot to learn in this world, and sailing seems like a useful one.
Yeah, well, it's cool, I think.
It's true.
I mean, like, if you could sail, you could go anywhere on the water.
It's true.
And not get wet. Well, you'd get wet a little bit, but you wouldn't be swimming.
Honestly, it might be the cheaper way to live.
It's free.
Yeah.
Once you have the boat.
It's kind of funny. I was thinking about... I just read in this article recently, they did a test off of... I think it was fish off the coast of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And they were testing to see what pharmaceuticals were within the fish's system.
Yeah.
And it turns out that on average, I think fish have 5 different pharmaceuticals, like antidepressants, inside of them at all times.
Cool.
And I forget how much the outlier for like what is the maximum amount of pharmaceuticals in a fish, but I think it was something like 20 different drugs.
Jesus.
And it was interesting because they were talking about how fish, when they're on antidepressants, it like makes them not want to essentially live or carry out their life, like biological purpose of procreation or anything. They don't want to be in schools. Like a fish. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't go to college anymore.
They've been picketing. Yeah. They're all just a bunch of neats.
Yeah.
Not in education or training.
They post on Fortuna.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a bunch of supremacist fish off the coast of Florida now.
Tuna supremacists?
A bunch of Adderall addicted fish are taking to Fortuna to deploy their rage in the only way they know how. There's some polarizing politics we got on the net.
Look, man, after all those mahi-mahi came into town, it ruined the whole school.
You don't understand, man. It's these walleyes, brother. Taking up our jobs, taking our women.
Those freshwater fish.
Yeah, we need to build a wall, dude. Give me a reef. I want a big reef down here. Then you got all these other species drilling for oil, polluting the water. What even is a Coca-Cola? My brother got in one of these 6-pack can things, died the moment he got in there.
You look at Australia. Look, they got the Great Barrier Reef. They don't have any problems over there. Keep all those tropical fish out.
You know what would solve our problems? Removing fish's rights. That's what we need, dude. The right to bear fins, bro. We need to remove the right to bear fins. That'll solve it. Just doesn't make sense, dude.
I was born, and then the other side's like, I was born with 2 fins, and I'm gonna use them.
I think all teachers should have fins. A school fish, everyone needs fins in a school fish. It just doesn't make sense otherwise.
Look, my grandpa had fins. Yeah. My great-grandpa had fins.
Dude, some of my grandfathers had tails, bro. You don't understand.
All these school shootings.
These school swimmings. Dude, there's so many school swimmings happening. I just don't understand. It's the antidepressants, bro. The Adderall. The pharmaceuticals. We're suffering in an underwater society of. Man, what are you going on? We're mentally drowning. That's what we're doing. It's not mental illness. It's mentally drowning.
There's like a school. There's like, there's like a news team that's like reporting on like these teenagers found in front of the exit pipe of a medical facility, taking hits out of the exhaust pipe.
Yeah. Some of them don't even think that they're the gender they were born anymore. And you just hear in the background, it's turning the frogs gay!
So anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that was going to lead to, but
yeah, that was a nautical journey.
That was.
Yeah.
We were under the sea for a while.
Yeah. I feel that bit could go on forever.
We could just keep going.
But I think at a certain point it would be like beating the dead whale.
We would just We would both be like still making jokes but not laughing at them anymore.
Just to see how many fish puns we could come up with.
We would like both be sitting here in like complete silence, and then it would just like one of us would like speak and be like, oh no, the turtle.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, wait a sec.
You have all these bottom feeders. Wait.
Would the societies be like deep sea, mid sea, top sea? Like those would be like the classes?
Yeah, would it be like a caste system but based on
would
elevation?
Layer?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have like sharks which kind of hang out in all layers, and those are like the like top maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Fish society's weird, dude.
I can't even imagine, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure how the ecology of all that works.
What was I watching recently? There was something me and my fiance were watching a whale documentary.
Yeah, how was it? Was it about like a specific society of people whaling or?
No. Like it was just about different kinds of whales and stuff and like how they're different from each other. So like the first episode was like just killer whales and how different killer whales from different places all do different things. They have their own like dialects and stuff like that. Like there's certain ones that like they have like basically an accent, right? Because they use their but theirs has like clicks mixed in with it, so it's like they have like their own
it's
personalized
like reality, right? Like you have the African tribes that do the clicks,
and
stuff like that,
and you have like up in like the north, like the way that they hunt like seals. They literally will wait for a seal to kind of walk close to the shore and just like and dive up on shore and grab it. They had one where there was like a mom teaching her kids how to like hunt the seals, and so she went first, like got a seal, swam back, but didn't let the kids have it, and she's like, you got to get your own, pretty much. And then like the oldest daughter like swam up and like almost got one but got kind of stuck, and the mom kind of like was like watching, like waiting for her to kind of get loose, and so she started like kind of making it in, and then the mom was like, okay, I'll help you, and like helped her out and pushed her back in the water. It's like really cool.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. It's like learning by mimicry, but also
like they're
instinct.
smart.
Yeah. It's like animals have some sort of rationality.
Yeah, well, and the crazy part about that is that those whales, they're the only ones that do that, where they'll dive up on shore and grab seals.
Out of all the whales?
Out of all of the killer whales. Right? So it's like, okay, so one's speaking a different language, another one over here, they're diving up on shore for seals. It's like, you got like a pretty cool, diverse crowd. Like, whales are probably pretty smart. You would assume, if they're like doing different stuff and we can observe it. So
honestly, I'm routinely more and more impressed by things I see in nature surviving.
Oh yeah.
We look at anything, and the more you learn about it, you're just like, man, this seems like crazy.
I know.
It seems as if there's some sort of divine force of nature that's moving everything. And speaking of whales, speaking of seals, speaking of ice, speaking of things that live on ice, speaking of flightless birds, penguins, you remember the March of the Penguins movie that came out? I was sitting down with my girlfriend, and we had seen a preview for this pretty horrible parody movie called The Starving Games, which was a parody of
Yes.
The Hunger Games.
I've seen this movie.
And then they recommended to us on Amazon Prime The Hangover Games, and it was like have you ever just sat down and thought,
spoof.
like, man, I really want to mix the guys from The Hangover with The Hunger Games. And that's literally what it is.
That is, yeah.
And I'm like, this looks horrible.
Did you watch it?
No, but I was looking up parody movies because I was like, man, what is the most recent parody movie that came out? Because I was like, I haven't seen any that come out. And in the Wikipedia for looking up parody movies, I saw something that it has to be the epitome of the worst parody movie, the most low budget trash, okay? So they made a parody of March of the Penguins, okay? It's written and And what they do is they just take footage of penguins and lip dub their own voices on top of them and what they're doing.
Yeah, is it like a kid's movie or is it like a...
It's not a kid's movie.
Oh, no.
And it features like a bunch of high...
Danny DeVito.
Budget, yeah, people. It's like Christina Applegate and stuff, and they're just like penguins, but the joke is that they're acting like humans, but they're just doing penguin things, but they're like Bob Saget is impressing on the penguins like human things.
Yeah.
And it was so bad that it just went like straight to home video.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dude, we need to sit down and watch
Jesus.
that. It sounds horrible.
You ever see a disaster movie?
Is that like one of the scary movie type movies?
That well, it's
those guys.
Yeah,
I don't remember the duo, but
yeah,
I haven't seen disaster movie now.
It's terrible. It's really bad.
I remember Scary Movie being funny when I was young.
Yeah. Well, so that same thing with disaster movie. I rented that on old Netflix several times.
Yeah.
Just because it was like really funny to me when I was young, but then I watched it later on. It is terrible.
Yeah, see, I don't find any of the penis jokes funny anymore.
Yeah,
you know, we've grown up.
We've grown up.
Yeah. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
And anything relating to the reproductive organs has never been funny to me.
No.
After I reached adulthood.
Yeah,
yeah.
Remember like that moment whenever you like turn 21 on your 21st birthday?
Yeah.
You kind of like open your eyes and you're like, what's even funny about penis?
It's funny legally when you turn 21 you're an adult.
Yeah.
And I felt like at that arbitrary decided age of 21, my eyes completely open and I realized that I was an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could sign loans and go throw a Molotov cocktail at the Federal Reserve.
That's right. You can.
Yeah. Dude, I saw this picture. I saw this picture of this guy that just paints like banks being burned right outside the banks. And he was he was outside the Federal Reserve painting this painting of the Federal Reserve up in flames. That's so funny.
He's got to be like on a watch list. Like he's like one day he's gonna act up.
Yeah, they're like, this guy just goes around to banks all over the world and just draws them up in flames. He's plotting something, dude.
What does he like? Set up an easel right across the street,
there's a picture of him, and it's just he's got the easel, and he's already rendered the whole thing. Fire coming up. Been doing it for years. I'm like,
how would this burn?
This is a guy that really has his purpose in life figured out.
He knows.
He's like, I got it.
He works a normal job, and all of his vacation days are dedicated going to banks around the world and just like painting fire.
Yeah, he just brings his checks to look at the taxes that have been taken out to get the motivation to continue the piece. So like every time he's like thinking, he's like, is this really? He just looks at his check again, sees that like 30% of his bills taken out for like Medicaid or something. Yeah. He's like, fuck these.
He draws the flames bigger.
He's like, but larger. Large. He's like, I'll make somebody fall out of the window, crisp, half burnt. Give me a banker look.
I thought you were going to tell me that he goes around to banks and then takes his money out into gold.
Dude. Yeah, I'd like to withdraw gold he's painting. For the teller. What are you drawing there? Oh, it's me getting shot. and you have gold in your hands.
It's me. God. I had to put a bank in the last episode thumbnail. Now I have to do it again.
Yeah. I'll just send you a picture of this guy and you can put it on.
There we go. It's me getting shot.
Or you could just superimpose a terribly cropped out bank and draw fire on it.
That would probably be the move, actually. Yeah. Or I'd look up bank on fire.
Google gives you something completely nonsensical. Like you were looking up sniffing last time.
Yeah.
It's just guys doing lines of cocaine.
Yeah. Well, then there was like one where they were just making out.
Yeah.
Like there's just two dudes just kissing on Google. It's like
Google's like, man, I really want you to. You need to see this.
Is sniffing? Is that sniffing?
Yeah, I guess maybe.
I don't know.
Two gay guys go into town sniffing, and then you look at any other search engine like that one I sent you. That's not there.
Yeah,
but it's like within the first row on Google for some reason.
Yeah, it's like
Google, just change your colors to a pride flag. I mean, you're not hiding.
Did they not?
They do sometimes. I think.
Oh,
I think they did it for Pride Month, but I'm not sure.
I mean, like the Pride Month thing. Like, if people want to celebrate it, cool. That they can have like pride parades and all that. But I mean, like, dude, it's just. Anytime a corporation does it, they're just trying to get market share.
Yeah, it is just really pandering, frankly.
Like, you think, like, General Motors puts a pride flag out and they're like, yeah, we sell cars.
Yeah, all the guys here, gay.
Yeah. Yep.
What else are we going to do on the assembly line? There's at least 10 seconds of downtime between each part moving. You think I'm not taking the opportunity to help my fellow man?
That's right.
We wear knee pads to work.
Not because we're on the ground.
Yeah, not because we're on the ground. Well, we are, but not because it's for our job.
Yeah. No, dude, I mean, imagine that. You have to work at a factory, and they're like, so, like, just before lunch, we usually suck each other off.
Yeah.
Just to get you, like, eased in, we'll kind of get you next to someone who has a small dick, and then by next week, you're going to probably be moving next to Harold. Good luck with that.
Yeah,
he's hung like a horse.
If you get good enough, the engineer team you can be on, and what they do is they abstain from using their libido to come up with the next car that we're going to make.
And then as soon as they think about it...
and then as soon as they figure it out, and they got it mapped out, orgies.
They clap 2 times, that's when you know.
Yeah, the lights go off.
All
they
fours.
They have the clap light. And the clap.
Did you get... tested? Oh, you do have herpes already. Okay, that's fine. Everybody already does.
Perfect. We've been passing this around on the assembly line for years, dude.
They got a specific General Motors strain of the herpes, actually.
Yeah, it's named after one of the bosses who mutated it so much.
While having gay oral sex.
Yeah, it was something to do with mixing the car oil with the parasites and the...
Yeah.
Yeah, we do a parasite cleanse,
every
coffee
Tuesday.
enema. Yeah, we do that Chinese nipple jar smoke thing that they do. They let the incense burn in the jar and they put it against your skin. I forget what that's called.
Does that like create a suction?
I was looking up alternative medicines. It's one
and
of those.
That's one of them. Yeah,
it's
alternative.
It's like fill with heat or something.
It's definitely alternative. Yeah. To something.
Because I was talking. We were talking about Steve Jobs. And they were talking about how he died of cancer, a very specific type of... it was a tumor from cancer? I don't know. It's some weird neuroendocrinology. I don't know. Something big in Latin, and just the girth is too hard to say in one sitting, being a new employee at GM. But he died of this thing, and I was like, yeah, if he would have just zapped those parasites, he just went on eBay, bought one of those zappers, or if he just went in the Orgonite energy box after some people had sex or something, or if he'd just done a parasite cleanse, he would have been fine. Yeah. But, he didn't find the right holistic medicine.
Well, the doctors were probably like, hey, we were paid by the federal government to avoid those.
Yeah, I was also saying that, like, bro, he probably got hit with the heart attack gun. He should have been wearing his cookie sheets on his chest.
That's true, yeah. Cookie sheets. Not even aluminum foil. You gotta get something thicker.
Yeah, you gotta get those cookie sheets, bro. Yeah. Tape them. You can't walk around without those.
Dude, they don't even sell tin foil anymore because they found out tin's too toxic.
Bro, I'm gonna start eating tinfoil. If the news are like, bro, this is bad for you, that's when I know I need to ingest.
I don't know the last time tinfoil was actually available because I don't think I've ever seen it. Have you ever seen tinfoil rather than aluminum foil?
Honestly, it's been a while, but I think I have.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I have seen it before. Maybe in like an old person's house. Just in like a cupboard collecting dust
hanging out.
Yeah.
But, so the cool thing, do you know aluminum's like 100% recyclable? Like, you melt it down, you get all the material back.
That makes sense.
That's pretty cool. Like, why don't we just use, like, why even use plastic anymore? Who needs it, you know?
That's true. I know the biggest trash from plastic waste is just single-use pop bottles.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Did you ever, like, research about, like, the recycling symbol on the bottom of, like, plastic? So that's not actually a recycling symbol. That's to annotate what type of plastic it is, but they made it look like a recycling symbol to say, like, you know, this is number 2 plastic, right? There's only, like, 1 or 2 types that's actually recyclable, but they put that on all of the types just to annotate what it actually is. It's a trick, right? Yeah. You're supposed to mentally go, oh, recycle, you know, and you're like, oh, this isn't terrible.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I still have a plastic cup here for my
you're
bottle.
Get all your BPA, bro.
Yeah, but I'm going to use this forever. So
you're going to put it in the microwave.
That I probably want to.
Get all the plastic from it completely.
Mm-hmm. I need it. But, you know, it's a shaker bottle thing, so it's kind of like... I wanted to try to find a glass one.
That would be cool, yeah.
But I went to the store, they don't... This is the best they got.
Yeah, you got to get it shipped from China online, probably.
Yeah, and then if you get that one, it probably has, like, formaldehyde all over it or something.
Bro, you could just go blow the glass yourself.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, easy. We'll just get the little...
I've worked at General Motors. I know a thing or two about blowing.
I got a lot of lung capacity. If there's one thing I know, between the pollution and the dick sucking, you'll get some big lungs when you go to the automotive industry.
Let me tell you, you know, the minor leagues is like Dodge. You know, that's minor leagues. But once you go to the Ram truck plant, they got some steers there. You ever swallow a whole steering column, Timmy?
These men, bigger than I've ever seen. You're in the plant. You're on your knees. A big, burly, sweaty man whom you've never seen before. You know he's walking towards you for a reason. He walked with purpose. You're getting desperate.
He's a member of the local UAW.
And like all UAW members, you gotta pay your dues.
You're new on the union.
There's about 30 minutes before the next car hits the line. And boy, it's gonna take more than 30 minutes to satisfy this man.
Big Jim.
Yeah, Big Jim. He goes by one name. The steering column. Before you know it, he's already got his hands on your head. Clench. You're being pushed to the ground. But you want this.
You remember your training.
Get deeper into my trance. He smells like cheap alcohol and Pabst Blue Ribbon.
So 2 kinds of cheap alcohol.
He licks his lips as he pushes your shoulders down. But he's cordial about your meeting because he rolls out a nice yoga mat for your knees. He knows how long this takes and he's going to respect your knees.
And it's part of the UAW rules. They have to protect their members.
Yeah, the healthcare costs are going up too high. I got too many knee replacement surgeries.
They're like, we need to pass some new UAW rules.
Everyone carries around a yoga mat.
Mandated.
You're going to do this. GM's like, why do you want this price increase? Oh, so everybody gets a yoga mat? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, we'll pay you more.
Yeah, and then the UAW's like, well, you know, it's either you got to pay for knee replacement surgery or some yoga mats. And then they're like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like, and then they meet the next meeting. They're like, okay, I get it. You want a water-based lubricant, okay, that works in the cars as well as for other things. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Completely logical. We'll just buy it by the 55-gallon drum.
Uh-huh.
Ship it in.
Yep.
Clench. You're at the UAW meeting. It's you. 5 guys surround the table. 3 UAW members.
You do one of those, and it's like, you make it seem all sexual, but it's just a normal meeting.
Yeah.
Greg brings up the fact that they're running out of bolts in the spare parts.
Greg doesn't like that the handle on the spare parts toolbox isn't handicap accessible. He's trying to. You slam your hands on the mahogany wood inlaid pearl table.
You want to stand up for Steve, who happens to be in a wheelchair now. Fight for your local workers.
This is brought to you by your local UAW. Clench.
You clench as you pound on the table.
You clench your teeth. You're getting angry dealing with these big shots, these big wigs.
Dude, this episode might be like, because of the new microphone, right? And we have all this like kind of whispering and then to like normal talking and then to like laughing loud. Yeah. The levels I feel like are going to be real.
It's going to be a nightmare. Yeah. I'm not going to equalize it at all. I want them to feel us in the room. I want them to feel us moving into the mic, moving away from it. We're just going to hope the Blue Yeti can manage.
I believe in it.
I believe too.
I keep looking down and like while we're talking normal, it's like these little bumps right here. Yeah. And then as soon as like something happens that's interesting, it shoots up.
It's like a chunga-wunga bump. It's a big chunga-wunga? It's a my 600 pound bump.
Dude, isn't Chunga-Wunga a band?
I don't know. It's like a thing you see at people talking about dogs. They're like, oh, that dog's a chunky.
A chungus?
Yeah, a chungy boy.
Dude, no, you just reminded me of Chunga-Wunga. It's a band. They do like a meme song. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's a terrible
just describe
song.
It to me.
I'm trying to remember the lyrics. That's the problem. It's a meme song. Okay, it's really I get knocked down. I get up again. Now they gotta keep me down. You know that one?
No.
I get knocked down. Okay. I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. That one? No? Just me?
No.
All right. All right, I'm head out.
Yeah, I'm done.
So I went to a concert yesterday.
Yeah, how was that?
It was good.
You said it was outside?
Yes.
A lot of people. Hot out?
Yep. It was in an amphitheater. Mm-hmm. So it was outdoors. It was for Tears for Fears and Garbage, which is another band.
The opener.
Yeah, the opener was Garbage. Yeah.
They are?
It was.
Yeah. They were Garbage.
They presumed to be the band Garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good name, but it's hard.
Yeah. I think the lead singer is a girl. She's Irish.
Okay.
She seemed pretty interesting. She's just like making jokes on stage and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah.
I've never heard any of their songs except like they did one of the openings for a James Bond movie.
Okay.
Right? And then they had one other song that I vaguely recognized but couldn't like remember the title.
Yeah, so what was it like seeing these
old
70-year-old men singing, I guess?
They were pretty good actually. They're still doing it, man.
Do you feel like they had that 25-year-old energy or what?
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know, the people out, I was thinking there was going to be a bunch of old people, but actually there's a lot of young people at this concert. I was pleasantly surprised. Something that I really noticed that I enjoyed while sitting at this concert was just people watching. Like, Tears for Fears has like 4 songs that are good and known. The other ones are okay, and then they played a few songs from their newest album, which is
It's kind of like, bro, you're 70.
Yeah. I can't blame them, he made good, they made good music before, but so while the boring songs were on, the songs I didn't really know, I just watching people, I was watching some person like stand on top of this hill and like do like a clock thing with their hands. Like they're like,
I am the sundial.
Yeah, they had to be tripping out on something or something. And,
yeah, be like, give me some of what that guy's on.
Yeah.
Bro.
I took an edible beforehand.
You're like, I'm taking a trip for this concert.
Yeah.
Literally can't enjoy it unless I'm drug induced.
I just figured, I've never...
Man, these guys look younger now.
Well, they're like 20, and then like in reality, they're like 60-year-old men. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Oh, fuck, I just shit myself.
But yeah, so it was a good time.
Yeah.
People watching was really interesting at this concert.
We got a diaper cleanup on the lead.
Look, man.
Did you see any other interesting people?
No, just like random things that would happen. Like, you know how people would they'll bump into each other.
Yeah.
And like one person, like at one point, they turned around like, "Oh, sorry," and they like reached out to like not really touch them, but to go like, "Are you okay?" So that kind of motion. And then the other person like turned around, like elbowed that person's arms, like, "Oh no, sorry," and it was just kind of like an interesting. It's just people being people.
Yeah.
But like it's just interesting to watch.
It might be even more
sometimes.
interesting because people have been locked in the Matrix for
Too long.
So
Yeah.
seeing people in public, you're like, oh my god, life.
Yeah.
Like
Honestly.
National Geographic.
The energy at a concert, I noticed, is very cool. Whenever like the actual band comes out, you have like this surge of like, yes, finally, everybody's excited to be there. You know what I mean? And it creates a positive time.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I took an edible beforehand was because I was like, I kind of want to experience this as they did in the 70s.
I feel like the few concerts I've been to have been like journeys of looking at, okay, these people listen to this music. Do I want to be like these people?
Uh-huh.
Is this, like, I went to this concert for this, like, young, very flamboyantly gay guy one time with this chick, and I got there and it was just a bunch of 14-year-old girls.
Yeah.
And I was like, am I a 14-year-old girl? I'm the oldest person here.
Yeah.
Maybe my taste in music is terrible.
Well, so I mean,
it's like an idea of self-reflection.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I was pleasantly surprised when I went to this one because I thought it was just gonna be a bunch of old people, but actually it was like a pretty good mix.
Yeah.
The guy behind me on the hill was like, he had to be like 30. He knew every song, even the ones that I've never heard of. He was like, "Oh man, I really hope they play like this random song I've never heard of by them." And he's like, "Oh yeah," really excited
really
about that.
You're getting his money's worth, bro.
Oh yeah,
you're just an interloper. This guy, he's the lifeblood. Is these 70-year-old men?
He's been living it.
If they die, he's gonna be posting on it on Twitter for a while.
That's right.
He's gonna be upset. His whole life will be over for at least temporarily.
Yeah, until he can attach himself to a new band.
Yeah, it'll be an avalanche of, oh my god, these people that are my lifeblood. These Hollywood people that write these songs for these guys. these 20 people that sit in a room and go, man, what would sell and make money? These really move me. I don't know if this is specifically a band that suffers from this, but that's just usually what it is. So.
No, Tears for Fears is like anti-war music.
Funded by Hollywood.
No. They're from England.
Dude, if they're popular, it's not.
That's the thing, though. They're not.
Okay.
They have, like, 2 good songs that everybody wants to rule the world.
Okay.
You know that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know Shout?
I think so.
Sowing the Seeds of Love?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, that's some hippy-dippy garbage, but it's a good song.
Dude, I guess I gotta look it up.
I
can't speak on them without knowing.
No, you listen to it and you're like, oh, this is like anti-war and like life kind of stuff.
I gotta be open-minded about it. Maybe they are the counterculture. I doubt it, but maybe.
I don't think necessarily counterculture, but hippies.
Hippies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely get that vibe.
Yeah, I love the idea of saying such a young, colloquial, like, hip term when describing, like, 70-year-old men singing.
They do have a vibe.
From, like, 40 years ago. These guys are vibing. I really like the vibe. Like, they're at the end of their set, they're, like, gonna go to, like, the old folks' home.
They put him back in their rocking chair. Yeah.
Like, dude, we had to give him so much speed just to make it through this fucking concert.
Dude, believe it or not, like, whenever they went on stage, I'm like, oh, they don't seem old. Like, no issues walking, holding guitar. They were singing the whole time, didn't run out of breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then behind them, they just have this, like
strings.
Metal bionic, like, exoskeleton that's holding them up. They're like, your contract says you gotta be doing this for at least another 20 years. I don't care if your heart's not beating. We hooked up with Boston Dynamics to make it look like you're still alive in this mech suit, but it just looks like you're normally standing.
That's right. Boston Dynamics and Tears for Fears have partnered up.
Yeah. This concert is brought to you by Boston Dynamics and Cryogenics Freezing Facility. Oh my god, dude, they look so cold.
They have a smoke machine, but it's actually just to keep them cold enough.
Yeah, just the hydrogen.
Yeah, just coming off of them. Yeah.
Melting off, yeah. Bro, I love the tundra theme for this concert, but it's freezing in here. Damn, dude, it looks like his arm's like dislocating. Dude, is he decomposing on stage? Fuck. Rad, bro.
Dude,
Tears for Fears.
But anyways, yeah, dude, Tears for Fears is pretty good.
Yeah. They just put like a balloon in his mouth and blow it up consecutively and make it look like he's talking. Dude, he looks like he's really still alive. I love selling my soul to Hollywood contracts.
He's been dead for years. But you know.
But his Twitter account's still alive, bro. I hated that about, God, who's that dude that makes comics? What's his name?
I have no idea.
He's like the big comics. Dude. He appears in every fucking movie.
Oh, he's dead though.
Yeah, he is. Is it Stan Lee?
Stan Lee.
Yeah, his Twitter account still acts like he's alive. Like they have somebody manning it, and it's like he's never gonna be put to rest because he's like, oh, I'm coming out with a new blah blah blah, like first person post. It's like, dude, just let them.
Are all the comments underneath it like? Please don't.
I don't know.
Stop.
I just remember like a long time ago, like, dude, they just don't let this guy die. He's like still promotional material for all these stupid books and superheroes.
Jesus.
Like infinitely.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, he's such an icon. They'll CG him in every movie. Like, oh, Stan Lee's making an appearance.
Right after he died, I think they did one more CG of him.
God.
Because he was supposed to be in one of them.
Ugh.
But, you know.
It'll be fucking infinite, bro.
I know. Marvel Infinite. The video game.
Yeah,
anyway.
At a certain point, they can just deepfake Stan Lee into every... They can just deepfake him making comics. And then it'll be like, it never... It'll be like the Golden Age, the Platinum Age, the Diamond Age, the Emerald Age, bro.
Diamond Plus Age.
Stan Lee is the most prolific man ever. I never thought somebody could come up with so many different ways to rewrite the same story of the guy in the same different tights. What is it with this guy in tights, bro? Why does everybody look like they just been fasting for 30 days, water fasting, before they do their training?
Because Stan Lee wants them to be that way, alright?
Yeah, what's a Stan Lee? They just have an AI.
Writes the comics for him.
Yeah, writes the comics.
Does all the
illustration.
illustration.
Be successful, AI? I'll show you.
Dude, I wanted to check if I had any notes for my podcast. I didn't write anything.
Dude, I had some weird dreams recently. I'll power them off. I know them by heart. Okay, and we'll do a speed lightning round. Okay, quick dreams. I had a dream where I was with Sam Hyde. Okay, and he had shown me this new, horribly made, tiny German car that we squat into. And he's talking shit about this car while he's revving it, like, to 80 miles an hour. And then we get to a point where it slows down, and he decides that he's going to not continue on the road, but go on the half-built road, okay? Uh-huh. So we precariously are driving on these, two beams that each wheel's on a single beam. And I'm like, bro, we got to get out of here. So we get out, we stop the car, we get out. And then we crawl down off of balancing these steel beams. And then we're looking at the car and we're like, dude, that was kind of rad. And then some Chinese woman comes up with a sniper rifle and shoots the car off the steel beams and the thing blows up. And then the rest of the dream is me and him doing some scuba diving, and then somebody's trying to sell me on political activism, and then I just wake up. And I was like, what the fuck was that dream?
Jesus.
Second dream, a couple days later, maybe a week later, something like that. I'm in this basement, but it's like a hotel, and it's me and this guy. And then, the basement's, in a half-unfinished, half-built state, and there's, cardboard on the ground everywhere, and there's something to do with, the pipes giving off steam. And we keep, apparently this isn't the basement, there's, another basement below of all the workers, and we have to keep, knocking on the pipes and being like, dude, there's too much steam coming up, you gotta fix that. And then, they don't really talk to us, but they respond by, lowering the steam, or, putting more coal in the furnace, or something. Mm. And I'm going through explaining how to do calisthenics to this guy, and how to do push-ups and stuff. stuff. And eventually the steam becomes so overwhelming and the cardboard's so soggy and like the water is rising that we decide that apparently this whole time it was like a Minecraft server and he had talked with the admin and gotten like 10,000 digital virtual bucks for the server and we're logging off. And then I woke up. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the dream I just had this morning was I'm a backup singer for a guy that's singing to an outside crowd of like people that are just sitting on picnic tables. And I'm like doing a rap backtrack like dubstep thing to this thing. And he's like doing the singing intermittently. And I don't have any lyrics planned. I don't know I'm just improvising and I'm like killing it basically.
Yeah.
And then the third song we get to, there's some sort of involvement with a giant glass like ball with a lion inside of it, and then like I can't improv anymore, and then I wake up. Those are my 3 dreams.
Damn. I only had like one that was memorable.
Okay.
And it was, so for my bachelor party, we're just gonna go get an Airbnb.
Okay.
I had a dream where we got to the Airbnb and it just reeked of like onions. And like I called the like owners of the Airbnb like, do you know this place smells like onions? They're like, yeah, is that going to be a problem? Like, well, we'll see how bad the onion smell gets. And then, like, I hang up. We just kind of, like, hang out at the Airbnb doing whatever. And it just smells like onions the whole time. And then, other than that, I get the idea that I had a good time. That's it.
I guess maybe your subconscious is telling you that we need to bring onions to make it a good time.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna get a couple pounds of onions.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 10-pound bag. We'll just cut them up and cry together.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just put them in a room.
Yeah.
Just
cut them, dice them up, and then we just sit around them.
You know where all the bad part is? If you cut like the root part, like at the bottom. That's where all the bad smell is.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay. So if you just chop off the bottom and just dice that, you'll die.
Perfect.
You can use the rest of the onion for something else.
Yeah, your wife will be like, what'd you do for the bachelor party? Like, dude, we just cut a bunch of onions and cried. It was great.
We all got out, like, we went and bought knives, and we bought bags of onions and just...
Yeah. And then what you actually saw in your dream was the future of the next person to occupy the Airbnb. And they're like, why does this place smell like onions? The guy's like, I don't know. They just cut onions. It made no sense.
They just left them on the floor.
I went to let them in, and they bring in these bags of onions and knives. They had these really nice knives.
They like brought in like bags of onions, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. But then they brought in their luggage, like, oh, that's normal. And then they opened their luggage, and their luggage was just onions.
Where are these guys getting all these onions?
Bring in like 2 suitcases.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there like, oh, God. Just the other day, I was watching the game. Oh, fuck.
I had a dream of this.
Suck, bro. God. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Anybody want a beer?
Clench.
Clench. You're in a room. It's the Bachelor night. But you're the Bachelor. He didn't hire strippers. That's right. You're the strippers.
You smell onions.
Yeah. He pulls down his pants, and in there, 2 big onions.
He comes to you. He gets really close, and he says, "Chop."
You cut away as if your life depends on it. You're crying, but the tears feel like relief.
Why is it always
chop?
While you chop, you clench.
Your eyes are pulsating.
It's like all of these are just power dynamic, weird. Like, no, chop for me.
Now you imagine you're the sweat of the onion. I'm rubbing you on myself.
You're dripping down my nipples.
I'm crying, but it feels good.
Everybody's
got to have a cry.
Thank you for being the onion.
Yeah, it has. I've seen some of the tags for these have like aftercare, and it's just like another 15 or 20 minutes of like, you're doing good.
Thank you.
You're gonna be real good today.
You did.
Yeah. You have a lot of potential. I see it in you.
You're such a good boy.
You're the best.
God, we have to now.
Honestly.
With my vacation time, I might start typing up some goat
type the script.
ASMR.
Yeah, your wife comes by like, what are you doing? Like, you're going to love this. Here, can I try this on you?
Yeah.
Close your eyes. Lay on the bed. you're a mountain goat on an 80-degree incline.
Well, you got to start out with like,
yeah,
close your eyes.
Yeah.
Breathe in. Now breathe. You do that for like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
and then
breathe deeply. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you break into, you're furry.
Yeah.
And white.
Today, you want to do everything I want to do, and you're gonna love it.
You're horny.
Give in.
You're horny, but not in a chemical way. You just have horns.
Literally.
You are a mountain goat. So anyways.
You're pregnant. You're lactating. Milk dripping.
Your nipples are gushing.
Me crawling in the distance.
You hear a noise, but you can't stop me from coming. You're stunned in fear.
Welcome to the fight or flight of predator versus prey. Your eyes on the side of your head as prey. Me. The quadruped.
The quadruped.
Crawling up the slope of the mountain.
I use my robotic legs.
Like an unrelenting bulldozer with 4 legs.
Every move, yeah, we gotta have. You got it. We gotta do the background noises.
It's louder now.
I'm getting closer.
There's no way to run. It's you, me, and the supple teats.
You have 6 of them. Can you feel I'm touching each one? Let's start with the top right.
You feel me now, flicking each one. Oh my god.
Goat bleats.
Dude, there's somebody out there that would pay good money for that. Please send us an email at rovingslant@gmail.com.
Yeah, I swear to God.
If you'd like to commission that particular piece.
Look, if you even listen to this episode, send an email saying that you did it. If you made it all the way to this point, I want to hear about your story and how you survived.
I want to know why.
Yeah, I want to know.
Nothing in this was worth that amount of time you spent. I hope you were busy doing more productive things.
Yeah, while listening to this.
This drivel.
Dude, what if, because of the mic quality, this is why Google was like, oh, we can't recommend that.
Yeah.
Now that we're sponsored by Blue Yeti.
Yeah, they're like, wow, these guys are really inclusive. They got Duke Nukem, furry porn, ASMR.
UAW, yeah. We're union proud.
That should be the tag for the
Union proud.
Union proud, ASMR, submissive, big Jim.
Submissive. Dominant.
Yeah. Aftercare.
Yeah.
You're feeling really good about
we should do some aftercare. Yeah. Every podcast episode.
You're not going to get your gold withdrawn from the bank, but
you will get shot.
The FBI's put you on a list.
At the very least.
At the very least.
Oh, God. Well, anyways.
Yeah, it's been good. You think we should log off and go get some sunlight?
Yeah, I want to find some goats, brother. Yeah. You've inspired me.
You're outside. Clench.
UAW.